All right, action. Greetings and welcome from Nichols Bookstore. Today we're featuring awesome, creative genius who have published their ideas, their inspiration into text. We're going to start with a father, a counselor by the name of Khamor Johnson Bey. So I would like for everyone to give him a hand.
Greetings, thank you, family. Thank you for coming out. My name is Khamor Johnson Bey. I'm a father, I'm a friend, I'm a husband, I'm a brother, I'm a man in a community that works to build men up and help them become their best. I'm one of the founders, along with Brother Hank Rising Son, of a group called SOUL, stands for Sons of Universal Love. And what we do is help men unburden themselves from the traumas of life, whether it be mentally, physically, spiritually, what have you. And we work to constantly help men face those challenges and make breakthroughs so that they can be better men for themselves, their wives, children, community, and the world at large.
So before you continue, could you please share what SOUL represents?
Yes, SOUL represents a collective of men who have come together, walked from different lives, different paths, come together under love. That's why it's called Sons of Universal Love. So it don't matter where we practice Islam, Christianity, traditional African culture, Buddha, whatever. The point is that we're all brothers and we stand together on love. And that is our premise of how we continue to move forward. And it's been 24 years since this was started, and we're still going strong. Every Monday we meet, and also we have a virtual component we got brothers that's in North Carolina, Maryland, Virginia, California that jump on call with us, and we build and help brothers have breakthroughs so they can be the best that they can be. And so from that journey, it led me to write a book that was close to my heart. And my daughter, Camila Rose, was my biggest push because she wrote 2 books before I wrote one. I was like, I better get myself together so I can get this out there. So what I wanted to do, the book is called Emerge and Be a Pro. And PRO is an acronym for Personal Responsibility and Ownership. And everybody in here can relate to that because what you do is a result of being personally responsible and owning whatever takes place in your life so that you can make these things occur and happen so that other people can reap the benefits of your work. So if y'all don't mind, I want to read a quick introduction in the book. It says, in the long run, we shape our lives and we lip shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die, and the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. That was by Eleanor Roosevelt. In life's emergencies, it takes a true pro to achieve success. It's time for you to embrace the concept of emerging being, allowing yourself to rise above and discover the hidden possibilities that lie ahead. When faced with challenges or any obstacles that life throws your way, applying the principles of personal responsibility and ownership is crucial. Let go of any guilt or blame that may arise, freeing yourself from the shackles of negativity. Emerge and Be is all about breaking free from the chaos that keeps you trapped in an emergency situation. Once you emerge, you will unleash your immense power, becoming the person you were destined to be. By doing so, you will gain the ability to see beyond the limitations and explore unseen opportunities. Your mind will open up, allowing you to envision new horizons filled with heaps of options and possibilities, liberating you from being stuck in the confines of your current situation. So embrace your role as a pro. Take ownership of your life and let the spirit of Emerge and Be guide you towards the success and fulfillment that awaits you. Get ready to soar above and beyond, uncovering a world of endless possibilities. Imagine standing before a hurricane where everything around you is chaotic. Yet within the storm, a serene oasis exists, the calmest and safest place to be. It's a powerful metaphor for life's emergencies and challenges. When faced with a crisis, feeling overwhelmed, scared, or uncertain is natural. But it's during these moments that we have a remarkable opportunity to take control, to take charge, to rise above the havoc. It all begins with personal responsibility and ownership. Rather than being smitten by the storm, we can choose to emerge from it stronger and wiser. It starts with a deep self-reflection, asking ourselves meaningful questions such as, what can we learn from this situation? How did we contribute to it? And how can we show up differently in the future? This book guides all who want to unlock their hidden and suppressed potential, especially when life throws its toughest challenges their way. It's about discovering the depths of our character, the resilience we possess, and the strength we often overlook. These aspects of ourselves which remain dormant in calm seas rise to the surface when the storms rage. Remember, it's in the most trying times that personal responsibility and ownership matters most. By taking charge of our actions and attitudes, we can escape any situation we find ourselves in. The power lies within us, not only to survive, but to thrive amidst the storm. So that's just the beginning and the introduction of the book, and it's really about becoming the best version of yourself, like embracing challenges. You know, we can look at challenges as something happening to us or something happening for us. If we look at it as something happened to us, we're powerless and we're a victim. But if it's for us, it gives us an opportunity to introspect and say, what can I do different to create a different outcome? So that's what I want to leave with you all. That's what my book is about. I didn't have any physical copies mixed up with Amazon, but it can be purchased on Amazon.
Family, he was supposed to have hard copies, but due to circumstances beyond his control, tell the rest, brother.
Yeah, this circumstance is beyond my control. I ain't got it right now. However, it's in both formats, in the ebook and or a physical copy on Amazon. You can look up Emerge and Be a Pro, or you can look up my name, Khamor Johnson Bey. That's Khamor JOHNSONBEY, and you will find my book there. And under that, you'll find my daughter's book. She has 2 books that she wrote, one called Sister Spy Squad. And
we're gonna interview her too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So thank you all, and I would love your support. I would be very grateful for it. Thank you, and have a blessed day.
Hang out. We're not done with you yet. The next person I want to do the presentation is a beautiful healer, mother, published author, and her name, and she's a Leo, Najami. So Najami, please come forward and present to us your creative birth in written format. Come here, Najami. Y'all give a hand to Najami.
Thank you, everyone. How you loving today. I am Bushwoman, known as Bushwoman's Conversations Project, because it's all about conversations. By sharing our stories, we heal, we grow, we learn from different experiences. So I am a first-time author. Yes, it's called Stand Up Volume 3, Black Women Who Are Shaping the World with Their Faith. And this is a compilation of 15 authors, and we all are sharing our stories to help encourage, inspire, to help show people that, listen, you don't have to do this alone. Life is challenging, yes, but if one person can do it, so can you. And hopefully you are able to learn or get some tips, some tidbits on how to move forward and how you get through challenging situations. So my book is about, my chapter actually is called Sex, Drugs, Rock, and Rolling with God.
Oh, that sounds hot.
Sex, drugs, rock, and rolling with God. Matter of fact, I asked Fred, I said, what name should I give this chapter? And you really think about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I said, wait a minute. And I had Spirit said, Sex, Drugs, Rock, and Rolling with God. Because exactly, that was the episode. Between the age of 19 to 26, I was on an adventure I was in the performing arts world, and of course in that world it was prevalent in drugs. I met this man at Brooklyn College at the age of 19, not knowing he was a cocaine dealer. And got involved in that. I mean, the little thing that I smoked at that time from high school was weed. All right? So here now I got myself in a bacchanal that was taking me down a sinking hole. And I had to run away. At least I felt that running away would help me to get away from it. But what you resist persists. You have to face your challenges, face your demons. Otherwise they will haunt you. You could go to the moon. It will if you don't deal with it. So ran away, so to speak, got involved in the performing arts world there. Same bacchanal going on. The drugs was then. Trinidad is a port where a transport spot for cocaine. And at that time, we're talking about in the 80s. And some of you guys weren't born yet, but right, I will be, 60, I'm 63, going to be 64. Right,
Get out of here.
Right? So, got involved with people there doing the same madness. And part of the story is that what made me quit, or helped me to quit, was divine Holy Spirit. It was divine Holy Spirit because it was always with me. Let me let you know something. Your ancestors are always around you, your angels, wherever it is you believe. Once there's something of divinity. And in this story, I share that while I was getting high one night with 3 guys who was thinking of having sex with me, I overheard them in a conversation. Now, while I was getting high during that time, I used to read and write poetry. And they could not understand how I could channel the energy that way. I said, if I don't channel the energy, I'll be paranoid like you MFs. So, getting high with them one night, and Spirit said, how high you want to go? Where you going with this? It's best you smoke weed if you want to get high. Where you going with this? And things started occurring. People go to get their drugs, they come up with baking soda, whatever. One morning, I'm coming back home. A guy sees me who I used to get high with. And as he was passing me the pipe, Spirit just took it from my hands and smashed it in a million pieces. But the straw that broke the camel's back was when I got home. And I looked in the mirror. Now, mirrors are windows of the soul. Mirrors are powerful. That's why certain cultures, when you die, they cover the mirrors. Wow. All right? Mirrors are mirrors are very deep. When I looked in that mirror, who I saw scared the bejeebus out of me. It was an energy that was on me that I said, what the hell is that? Who is that? What is that? And that made me stop. So I went to my cousin, who was a spiritual Shango Baptist practitioner, so to speak. And in the Caribbean, sometimes people have churches inside of their house. So you go into a church, you have to walk up a trail or walk up a mountain, and you're smelling the earth and the dew. It's a whole experience. So I go into this church. People are sitting in her living room, and she's saying prayers, and she goes and she pours olive oil in my mouth. Everybody, she pours olive oil as part of the spiritual practice. Darlings, I'm sitting there minding my business, thinking that, something is going to happen. The woman pulled me up out of everybody in the house and spin me clockwise and counterclockwise and beat my ass with a cocaine broom. A cocaine broom is a broom that you get from the coconut. They use it to sweep the yard in the Caribbean. When I asked her why did she do that, she said, when you opened your mouth, I smelled an energy. And I know you needed some help. And when I left that house, I felt light like a feather. I felt like bricks, noses off my back. I felt like I could fly. And I never touched that stuff again. That was 1986. Never touched it again. So, never had to go to a rehab, never had to go to a detox. Writing this book was very cathartic in the sense that I felt ashamed. There was some tinge of shame. I felt embarrassment because a lot of people know me around the world. They don't know me as, somebody who had this checkered past. But our past is important to honor the rough parts, the rough patches, because by looking back, that's how you connect the dots. And by growing, you have to tap into embracing all different aspects of you. Once you are able to embrace the parts of you that needs tweaking, once you're able to get past the shame, the resentment, the anger, and things of that nature, no one can shame you, no one can embarrass you, because you have accepted yourself fully for all that you are, all that you're not, and what you can be. So I have embraced my imperfections, because I am perfect in my imperfected state. We are.
That's right.
And therefore, now I can share my story. Hopefully when you read my chapters, page 146, Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Rolling with God. And the other great stories by the other co-authors in this book. It will inspire you and motivate you to be the best. Stand Up, Volume 3. I know on Amazon we are the best-selling fictional creative book on Amazon. So please check it out. Thank you. And I have copies here if you'd like to get copies yourself. Thank you.
Oh, hold on, Najami. Don't go nowhere. That's too powerful. Anybody got questions? How to get in touch with you?
All right, so on Instagram, I am Bushwoman_Convo. Bushwoman_Convo. On YouTube, Bushwoman Conversations Project. Facebook, Bushwoman Conversations Project. Also, Najami Nazama, wearing red jackets. TikTok, at Bushwoman Say So, because that's one of my taglines, Bushwoman Say So. Really, I'm vamping my website, so eventually I'm going to have t-shirts that says Bushwoman Say So and things of that nature. I also have segments called Cooking with the Bushwoman. I do tours. I take people to carnival events in Brooklyn for Labor Day. So Bushwoman bus tour, where I take you to events, mass camps and panyards, and if you want to dance and play carnival costume, there's a band that I work with. Also, I'm also a flag woman, so I dance. I performed on Tuesday at Children's Brooklyn Museum. And
travel internationally as well as flag woman.
Yes, we did a performance for the Popo Carnival Festival last year in Ivory Coast. And also 2 days ago, going to be an event in Brazil coming up. I'm also a chair yoga instructor and a pranic healer with Noble Touch. And hopefully I would love to do some work here, collaborate with other authors. We were just brainstorming about an idea for us to do a workshop or like that here at Nichols. And maybe do some chair yoga classes here as well. And a massage therapist for over 35 years. Hank knew me. Well, listen, before, Hank is also my son's godfather. So before I even got pregnant, I think, Hank and I knew each other. We've been around for donkey years.
Donkey years.
Donkey years, yes, All right, so thank you all again for your support. Appreciate you. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for yourself. Stand up within yourself. Tap into your personal strength.
Dignity
Thank
and
you.
pride.
Thank you.
Yes.
Y'all give her a hand.
Man, that was beautiful, Najami. Thank you. We got to balance out the energy because we have a brother, then we have a sister. Now we're going to bring a brother on who's world famous astronumerologist, Lloyd Strayhorn. Please come forward with your book and keep recording. Keep recording, Karima, keep recording. Here we have Lloyd Strayhorn, who has amazing stories, and sometimes he gives you free numerological, I hope I said it right. Give a hand to Lloyd Strayhorn.
World famous.
Hi everybody, this is so embarrassing. I was really minding my business, but this is my book. My name is Lloyd. I love what I do. Every one of you are numbers, every one of you is special. And I've been knowing Hank. In fact, we've been knowing me and
Najami?
Yeah.
Since the 80s.
Yeah, and her son is 30-something.
34.
And I knew her before she begat, as they say. All right.
Wow.
So anyway, everybody, this is a great year. It's the year of the 8. If you anybody Capricorns or yay Capricorns, anybody Aquarians? Yes. Yay. Okay. Anybody Librans? Okay. I was gonna raise my hand, but I'm not a Libra. But this year is the year of the 8, especially if you're born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of the month. This, first of all, I love this bookstore. This is Nichols, Brooklyn.
Yes.
They're celebrating 50 years. And, she's now sponsoring my show every Monday and Friday on YouTube. It's called Numbers and You, named after my book. And I explained to my viewers, you can't come in this store and just buy one item. I bought about 3 before I even sat down, because it's here, here, here. I said, well, I almost got to come in here with my eyes closed, But anyway, all of you are special numbers, and how that's determined from your date of birth. Now, there's two things to remember. The month, the day, and the year you're born indicates the long-range effect, but it is your date of birth that tells me your immediate effect. So when they talk about your destiny number, they're talking about the why you're here, the month, the day, and the year you're born. The term they use is destiny number, life path, birth path number, but I've learned how to assume after all these years of doing this, that everybody doesn't understand maybe my jargon. So, like I read a young lady, and her birth number added up to, let's say, a 9. So I would say she's in the 9th grade. When I put it like that, people understand what grade they're in. We all gotta learn something, and so why we're here. So, but your name is even more important. Your name denotes your natural talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. All of that I explain in my book. And I do have also I have a numerology app, so I am gonna plug that. I was really trying to mind my business, but it's called A Star 8, A-S-T-A-R. Think of a star in the heavens with the number 8 attached. And download it, it'll tell you your lucky numbers, your days, and all that stuff. Every one of you are divinely special. And the reason why I use that attitude is if you understand the biological principle of boy meets girl or sperm meets egg, there are millions and millions of sperms going after one egg, and we became a result of that union. So you can't tell me we're not special. It's just how you think of yourself. That I cannot do for you. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to love myself too. Now I wouldn't want to be nobody else, because I ain't got no choice anyway. Okay, so love yourself, all right? Thank you. Can I go now, Hank? Thanks.
Y'all give Lloyd a wonderful hand. Thank you, Lloyd. Next is a beautiful mother, world traveler, corporate lady that became an artistic goddess. Give a hand to Sonia.
And thank you, Lee, for having me here. I'm excited to be here. Hank has been talking about Nichols all the time, and so I'm thrilled to be here to be able to present. The reason I'm here today, as you mentioned, my background, I am a writer. This is my 3rd book. I've co-authored it with a good friend of mine, Shay Leonora. I've worked in media for most of my life. I've interviewed some of the most powerful Black business professionals in the United States and in other places. So I've interviewed Oprah, I've interviewed Ursula Burns, who's the CEO at Xerox, Michael Lee Chin, who's the billionaire out of Canada. And so I've taken all of my experience and realized that there's a lot that small businesses can do. And so my passion has been helping small businesses operate as big businesses. And one of the examples I like to give all the time is that when you think about Starbucks, Peloton, and Dove, right? Those are real basic. We're talking about the electrical bike,
Exercise bike.
the exercise bike, soap, and coffee, right? Those are really, really basic products, but they've been able to become international brands because they follow a particular formula. And I know from if you all hang out here in Nichols' books, you understand that the world operates in formulas. And storytelling is the most important formula to grow your business. And so most people would say money is important, but even if you're looking for money, if you want to pitch your family, if you're going to pitch your bank, you have to lead with a good story. And so this book actually helps you develop that story. And so when I say story, it's not a literal sense in terms of characters and drama, and you think about like literature and movies. It is who you are, and what I like to tell people is what you need to understand about your brand is you have to be able to communicate who you are, what you do, why you do it, and for whom. That is the foundation of a good business story, right? Who you are, what you do, why you do it, and for whom. And when you understand that, and we have a program in here where you can illustrate all of those things, then you can actually form a program. From that, when you do that minimal work, right, understanding those 4 basic principles, that helps you determine your value. People don't buy your goods and services. They don't buy your products and your services. They buy what your products and services do for them. And that's a really important distinction. And so you come here, right, not to get books and potions and holistic products. You come here because this is a community, right? You come here because it feels good. Nichols represents something beyond. You can get some of these things in a lot of places throughout the city, but you come here because there's a certain experience that you get, right? And that's the key. If you can understand the value of your experience, that's what people go to. You can go anywhere and get a haircut. You can get anywhere and get your hair dyed or braided or anything else, but you go back to those places based on the experience. The other thing that businesses need to understand is, and we struggle with that, small businesses struggle with it, Black businesses struggle, minority businesses struggle with this. You have to have a consistent experience, right? Because the experience that your customers have is the story that they tell other folks. So if I had a really good experience at Nichols Books, I'll go and tell somebody else, hey, this was wonderful, you need to come here. And so there's a story that I like to tell. There's a restaurant in Harlem, an African restaurant that I go to all the time. I've been going there for years. I used to take my mom there, and they're in Harlem, so I drive from Brooklyn to Harlem to go to this restaurant. I've taken my friends there. When I quit my job, I went there. I've done birthday celebrations there. I've had friend celebrations there. And so when I quit my job and I started and it's an amazing restaurant. The food is good, the host is amazing, everything is wonderful. And when I decided to quit my job, I did my celebratory dinner there. And the owner wasn't there that day, and the experience was awful. The problem was, I brought 5 people with me. I did my first business meeting there. And so although I know that this is a good guy and it's a good restaurant, those 5 people, I was the butt of their jokes for the entire note. And those are 5 people who will never go back there again because of that one experience that they do. And so the other thing that we teach in this book is the importance of SOPs, standard operating procedures. And so when you put everything down, the reason we created a journal, right, because we know business people don't have a lot of money, but they also don't have a lot of time, right? And so we didn't want to create a book that you're going to have to read and study. You do have to do the work, right? There's a lot of empty pages in here, but it's so that you put your information down there. And